Hello, everybody. Welcome to Release Your Resistance. Once again, my name is Melly, or for those of you who've never been here before, hi. Welcome. Today, I want to talk to you guys about something that is pretty important when it comes to manifesting, and nobody's ever really explained this, at least not to my knowledge, in the way that I'm about to explain it to you guys. And I think it could really, really help. So here we go. A lot of people, a lot of manifestors out there talk about the subconscious and how that is basically what creates your reality, is whatever's in your subconscious. That projects out, and whatever is in there comes back to you once it projects out. It's kind of like a movie theater almost. It's kind of like a magnet. That's why there's so many different terms. There's conscious creation, which means you deliberately shift and continually shift your conscious thoughts in order to create what you want, or you deliberately shift what you're focusing on in order to get what you want, because that works too. But again, I'll get to that. But like I was saying, it's why some people use the term attract, because your subconscious is like a magnet. It attracts things to you, again, that your subconscious is projecting out. Now, I want to take a couple minutes here and explain to you guys, and I've talked about this a little bit in another segment, but I want to touch on it more deeply, if you will, more thoroughly, I think is a good way to put it, on what your subconscious is. It's your autopilot. It's your autopilot assumptions, your autopilot beliefs on your life in general, on a specific topic, on relationships, on money, on health, on all kinds of things, on body issues, body type, looks. There's a lot of different things I could get into. It's that autopilot belief system, those autopilot assumptions, that autopilot, I don't even know if I would say assumptions. Yeah, you could say that, but just your autopilot mode of, whatever it is that you are believing, feeling, thinking, assuming. And a lot of the stuff, rarely do you think about it. Or should I say, rarely do you consciously think about it. You're just going through your day making these assumptions. Whatever's in your subconscious mind, it just kind of shows up. It's just like I said, it's your autopilot mode. So then how do you shift that? What I would suggest you do is forget about manifesting for just a few seconds. Just forget about it. And what I want you to do is think about something that you want, a particular topic. I'm going to say your relationship. Think about your relationship, whether you have one, whether you don't, whether you want one with a certain person, whatever it is. What are your assumptions on that topic? What are your assumptions on that person if you're looking to manifest a specific person? What are your assumptions around, surrounding that particular issue? If you just kind of ask yourself, what are your truths? What are your assumptions on the topic? Then they will come up. And so let's say your assumptions are relationships are scary. And by assuming, I mean believing. But let's say you are assuming, I never know if the person's going to stay or not. I never know if they, truly love me and they truly want to be with me, or if they're looking at me for another reason. That's the thing you want to either shift and or drown out and or replace. How do you do that? You can do that a couple of ways. The first step is to understand exactly what it is you're assuming on the topic you want to manifest. What are your beliefs surrounding that particular issue? Once you know that, sometimes that's half the battle. It's like, oh, this is what I was believing. Oh, okay. No wonder things haven't turned out the way I would like them to. So once you figure that out, then you can go to work on shifting that. You can go to work on drowning that out. As far as shifting that, you can use affirmations. You can do a mental diet, which can work really well as long as you are using the mental diet to shift those beliefs, okay? That I think is key. If you're just using a mental diet surfacely to manifest somebody, for example, that can work. But like I've said in another segment, that can be wonky because you're not really shifting your beliefs. So if you use a mental diet to get somebody back, or visualization or whatever, and it works to manifest a specific person, for example, you might end up with what is called an echo breakup because you're not really shifting your assumptions. You're not really shifting your beliefs. So that's why it's important to shift those. And that's why, for example, a lot of people will advocate self-love. And I don't think self-love is the key for everybody. I think it depends on what your assumptions are. If your assumptions are you're not good enough, then yeah, self-love is a great thing. But your assumptions might be something along the lines of relationships just don't last. And it might not have anything to do with you personally feeling you're not good enough. Could just be your assumptions should say that they don't last. That's why it's important to do this little exercise and just think about what your assumptions are on the topic without worrying about manifesting it in order to figure that out. What you want to do is find a way to stop that focus, to stop those assumptions of this person doesn't want to be with me because I'm not enough. I'm not good enough. They don't want to be with me. I can't have a relationship with anybody that I really want because I'm crap or garbage or whatever. Some people think that. I was one of those people that thought that. So I know that that can be the case. That sounds harsh, but it does happen. I don't believe that anymore, just so you guys know. But anyway, you want to, like I said, the whole point of manifestation processes is to shift your focus from believing you can't have something or assuming you can't have something to either shift it to, yes, I can have this, or take your mind off of it completely so you're not focused on not being able to get it. It's all about what your main focus is on that and typically ends up manifesting. Whether you're shifting those assumptions, shifting that focus genuinely, or just drowning them out with a mental diet, or visualize enough so it sticks in your subconscious, or script enough so it sticks in your subconscious. I should say but I think you guys get the idea. I've heard people say, I don't even use a mental diet. I don't even use a visualization or scripting. Well, that's because they don't have to, because their assumptions and their subconscious is already lined up with what it is they want to manifest. If that's not the case with you, then you need some tools. And that's where visualization and scripting and a mental diet and those other techniques can come in really handy. So again, you do you. You manifest in whatever way you think is going to be the most helpful to you. Don't listen to somebody else who's saying, well, I don't need a process. Those are just a bunch of crap. That's bull. You don't need that. Some people do. If that person doesn't, like I said, it's because their subconscious is already lined up with what it is that they want. Also, some people enjoy processes, but that, as they say, is another show. So I want you guys to do whatever it is you feel is going to personally help you shift these assumptions, shift that autopilot mode of, for example, my person doesn't want to be with me because I'm crap, to I'm a wonderful person and I'm a worthwhile person to be with. I'm pretty damned amazing. Shift those in whatever way you can. Like I said, whether you're mental dieting or whether you're visualizing or using affirmations to change those assumptions, or both. I would highly recommend a combination of things. You do a process to manifest and you do other processes to shift those negative assumptions you have. This exercise is designed to help you get to the root of what the problem is. So once you just sit back and think about what you want to manifest and are honest with yourself as to what your assumptions are on that topic, that's the thing you want to work on, okay? The circumstances don't matter. It's what you're believing, because that's what's projecting out. Another assumption is there's no way I can get a good job without a degree. If that's your assumption, maybe that was drilled into your head when you were growing up. Maybe your dad or your mom was like, you need to go to college. You're never going to have a pot to piss in or whatever. Again, that's not true. You can manifest money, but your assumptions are probably telling you different. Though, again, those are the things you want to shift and or drown out. I recommend you do both. Once you shift those assumptions, you don't have to drown them out because your autopilot mode will be different. So instead of going automatically to, I can never make this kind of money without a college degree, your automatic assumptions are going to go, I can make all the money I want. I don't need a college degree. Money comes to me really easily. So when you feel into your beliefs and you feel into your assumptions, and if they are not lined up with what you want, if they are not in agreement with what you want, that's how you know what to work on. That's how you know what to shift. Whether you need to do some self-love, whether you need to just, do some soul searching and just shifting, whatever it is. Maybe you just need to focus on that specific issue that you want and, do some visualization or some mental dieting or something like that. It's not really that you have assumptions that are contrary to it. You just need to focus more on it. It could be that. So again, I want you to sit down, take a few minutes, be very honest with yourself, be very clear with yourself. Ask yourself, what am I believing on this topic? What am I projecting on this particular topic? If that projection is contrary to what you want, okay, all I have to do is shift that. All I have to do is focus on what I want, shift these inner assumptions. And if you're having a hard time shifting those, don't worry about it. Just keep at it. Just keep at it. Because a belief, as Abraham Hicks says, is just a thought you keep thinking. And I like to add to it that has proven itself to you. And the reason it's proven itself to you is because that's what you were focusing on. That's what you were assuming. That's all it is. So if you change your thoughts, as I like to say, assumptions, things will start to show to you differently. Give it a try. See how that works. Experiment. Use a mental diet for a week. And you'll start to see your outside world, you'll start to see things will start to shift a little bit, but you have to be diligent. Or you could do visualization every day for like 5 minutes every day. Visualize what you want. If you do that with a mental diet or alone or one or the other, script whatever, you can script for like 5-10 minutes a day. Do something every day for a week. And I'm not saying you'll get your manifestation in a week, but what I'm saying is you'll start to see things that line up with your manifestation as opposed to the way things are going now. Give it a try. Okay. I hope that was helpful. I hope I explained that well to you guys. I hope it gave you an aha moment. And again, if you have any questions, please leave them down below. Please let me know if there's anything further you want me to talk about on this topic. Also, don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and please hit the bell icon if you want to be notified of future segments. And also, if you are interested in coaching with me, my email address is below. It's releaseyourresistance@gmail.com. So send me an email, but remember that email is not for questions. Questions go in the comments section, okay? Love you guys. I think you're amazing. And yeah, hope that was helpful. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.